welcome back to the Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity. I'm very pleased you're here with us, and in studio we have the Venerable Lama Ahbay Rinpoche with us again for the second or third time. I can't even remember now. So we were talking before the break about sort of how to deal with anger and hatred, and Lama Ahbay Rinpoche talked about, you know, when we get up in the morning to think about our motivation, and that at the very least to do no harm, right? Like the Hippocratic Oath. We may not be able to help every situation, but at least we do no harm. And it reminded me, just for myself personally, I had a situation not that long ago where I was waiting in line at a drugstore to buy some little things, and there were a number of people in front of me, and the line was just moving kind of slowly. And there was this one older white gentleman, and in front of him there was a black woman, an older black woman, and she was, you know, because of her age, she was like a little bit slow at the cashier and figuring things out and everything else. And when she finally finished and she started to walk away, he went up to the cash register and he turns to her and he says something to her in a very mean tone of like, you know, you're not the only person here. There are other people waiting. And, you know, he just says something like really nasty to her. And I was really kind of taken aback because, you know, this woman's obviously, you know, at least 15, 20 years older than him. She's probably in her 70s. And, I mean, so it was taking a little bit longer, right? That's what happens, you know, when you're waiting online for something, things take time a little bit. And so it was what was a little bit abrupt to the cashier, and then the guy walks out, and the woman was still there, and she was looking at her stuff. And so when I went up to the cash register, I said to her, I said, you know, don't let his nastiness ruin your day. It wasn't about you, it was about him. And she smiled at me and she said, thank you. And I could just see her whole face kind of light up because I made that effort to show her a little bit of kindness because, you know, I felt that what this gentleman had done to her and said to her was completely inappropriate. So I'm wondering if Ahbay Rinpoche, if you maybe have some other suggestions of when we see people being, you know, mean to other people, being, you know, showing their anger to other people, you know, what can we do as a third person to help a situation like that?
Yeah, it's a very great questions. My opinion is, I think those shopkeeper, he or she don't have impatience. He or she need more patience because this person, he or she is very little bit old,
Right.
and she needs to take time because she's not like us to
Right.
physical and mentally and anything not enough strong. Therefore, it's take time. Therefore, usually all the people we are same aim, same what we call same human being, same mentally, same emotions.
Right.
Everything we are same human being. Therefore, normally I believe we have a six consciousness. Six consciousness. Number one is eye consciousness. Number two is air consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Number three is nose consciousness. Number four is tongue consciousness, and number fifth is body consciousness, and last number is mind consciousness.
Okay.
Many people in the world, they are not interesting about the mind consciousness. Only they're interesting five senses. Therefore, it is a very mistake. I think if we check ourselves, then how's my mind? Is my mind is more positive or negative or neutral? Then change or transform to our negative mind to transform to the positive mind. Then positive mind bring us peace. positive mind bring us harmony life. Harmony life is not from the only material. Harmony life is come from our own positive mind. This is very important.
Right. Yeah. A lot of people don't realize sort of how much we're responsible for how we feel, right? Like
Yeah.
sometimes people think that just what happens in the world, causes us to feel a certain way. Well, it's because this person did that or this, situation happened that it makes me feel good or bad or indifferent. But really, we're responsible for how we feel.
Yeah.
Yes, by how we see things,
Yeah.
by how we look at things, by our perspective, as I talked about earlier.
Yeah. My opinion is, everybody take responsibility. He or her self will make peaceful mind.
Right.
For example, for here, few people, 5 or 6 different people, everybody take responsibility. Everybody make meaningful life. Meaningful life means not only nice clothes, nice food. Meaningful life means our number 6, mind consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Mind consciousness is more beautiful, more compassionate mind,
Right.
more tolerant mind,
Right.
more humility mind.
Right.
If we make this, then we make ourselves peaceful mind.
Right.
For example, here 6 or 7 different people, then we make 7 different people will make himself or herself make peaceful mind.
Mm-hmm.
Through that, 7 different family we can make peaceful mind. 7 different family make 70 family happy life.
Right.
70 family will make 700 family happy life. Then gradually our society make happy life.
Right.
Then gradually nation happy life. Then gradually our country's happy life. Then gradually in the world peace is possible. World peace, when we make world peace, is one letter. Well, we need one letter. It's not possible. World peace. World peace, for example, we individual take responsibility. Then through that we make our family, our friends, our society, our country, then the world peace is possible. I told you, one family, one person will make one family will make 100, 100 family make 1,000, then gradually growing. This is possible from.
Right. I remember one time I heard somebody say that in order to have world peace, we need to make peace with our world. So if we as individuals are at peace with the world around us, then what you're saying is we help to affect those people around us, and as we are more peaceful, they become more peaceful, and then those people whose lives they touch become more peaceful, and we can spread the peace around. Now you have been a monk since you were 9 years old, so you live a very different life than probably most of my listeners.
Yeah.
But as a monk, do you even feel unpeaceful at times? Are there times when the emotions come up for you, or because of the way you live, it doesn't really happen for you?
Of course, we are same feeling. You have sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy, sometimes neutral. But I believe here in America or Europe or Asia, in different country and different society, in our monastery, all the time we praying, we are study, we do meditations. Here, people are very stressful and a lot of work, a lot of not have chance like us.
Very busy lives.
Busy life.
Yes.
Therefore, of course, through the stress, through the worries, bring anger.
Right.
Therefore, everybody have happy or unhappy. Everybody have anger or like this. But we are a little bit less. I think Western people have a little bit more, I guess.
Right. Yeah, and that's something that I hear people say often is they feel like, oh, it's so easy for a monk to just sit and meditate all day long, but I have to go to work and I have to take care of my kids and I have all these responsibilities. It's not so easy to take that time and be present and do those things. But those same practices that you do are what's essential for the rest of us to have a more peaceful life, right? That just being able to take the time, even if it's only 15 or 20 minutes every day to meditate, that can help to for us to have that relationship to peace with ourselves, so that we can at least try to bring more peace to our lives.
Yeah, of course. Normally, people, for example, normal people need think family, children, bring to school, bring back home from school, and bring to work. So many hours and hours, and especially time, all the time is working. Then not have chance to think so much like us, meditation, studies, practice. Therefore, I'm sure they have a more, if who become monk and nun, we have a more chance to opportunity to practice.
Right.
But depend attitude.
Right.
Dharma means practice means not like become monk and nuns. Whatever your work, I told you before, in the morning motivations when we get up. Then after that, when you go back on school or hospital or office or whatever you're traveling from your side, you lot of speech. I think many people hear from your sound, and you make a lot of good karma from your speech. Good karma.
Thank you.
Karma have 3 different karma: body karma, and mind karma, and speech karma. I believe your karma is very good for the speech karma and mind karma. Therefore, mainly is attitude.
Right.
And also happy or unhappy depend our attitude.
Yes.
Happy or unhappy is depend our behavior.
Yeah.
Therefore, I think if we can practice, definitely we can practice as well. Lay person, and to love more your children, love more your wife, dogs, cats is very good.
Right.
I think American people love too much to the animals. It's very good.
Yeah. Yes, I know a lot of people who love their animals much more than their fellow human beings sometimes. Yes, animals do bring us a tremendous amount of love. So, all right, wonderful. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to touch upon some other topics that are sometimes some things that are not so easy for us to deal with in our day-to-day life. So everybody, please stay tuned. You're listening to the Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, and our guest this hour is Lama Ahbay Rinpoche, and we will be right back.